Hey there, it's Jessie here. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. It's been a while, huh? It's always hard for me to get back into it, but we're going to roll with it. Guys, I've got an update. I'm not in love anymore. The spell has been broken. The bubble has popped. And it's fucking fantastic because I feel very free again. And the thing about, like, falling out of love, you know, because I've been talking a lot about heartbreak and I've been navigating myself through heartbreak. And it's something that I wanted to show myself I could do as well. You know, months ago, this man never wanted a relationship. So I always knew it had a sell-by date. But I was like, you know what? I want to be in love. And I did want to be in love. And I'm glad that I was in love. And he was in love with me too. He's just dismissive avoidance. So it only got so far, you know. But it's so fucking helpful to fall out of love, because somebody was saying heartbreak is when we don't want it to end. And it's true. I was really, really holding on to this because I wanted it to work. And it got to a point, we spent the weekend together and we took MDMA. Shock horror, maybe not the best thing to do, but we wanted to like ritualize our last time together with a substance that sort of opens your heart and takes away all the neggy feelings. You know, it's coming from a very loving place, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I tell you why, because we broke up together, and you know, we shared moments of grief, like really losing the feeling of losing that person at the same time as that person holding you. So beautiful. You know, and we managed to do that for each other. There were moments where I was like, I don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose this. And he could just hold me. So I was grappling with the fact that I am going to lose it, but they're still alive. That's what it felt to me. They're still alive. And even the way that I justified going to this man's house and taking MD for the weekend, maybe not the wisest idea with someone I'm in love with, but this is how I justified it, right? And I would love someone to disagree with me here, because I don't. Right. If a loved one, a dear loved one of yours dies, and you get the opportunity to spend one more weekend with them, who in their right mind would not do that? You even know they're going to go, but you get that last little weekend to really soak up and you know, remember all the goodness. So that's how I justified going. And I'm really glad I did, because in this moment when he was holding me, I was like, I'm losing him, but he's not dying. And that felt very, very significant. It was like, this beautiful man that I love is still alive. And even though we're not together close in each other's lives, somehow that's more peaceful. It was a beautiful thing. And then, like, as time went by, I tell you what happened. A switch flipped in me. There was a moment where I realized, like, who I am and the depth that I bring. I think it was very, very attractive to him at first. And also shout out to the men in my DMs, because I'm getting a lot of attention at the moment. And don't get me wrong, I like it. But also appreciate that you see me 10 minutes on a 2D screen with makeup on, when I'm sort of addressing people, showing up in a certain way. And know that to be with me is not easy, okay? Like, I think what this man found so exciting about me at first is I'm like transparent, I'm honest, I communicate about things, I have incredible love to share, I'm so joyful, I'm emotional, I'm a lot. And that can be really exciting for somebody at first. Maybe people even see my videos and they're like, wow, who is this woman? Know that all the time, it's a lot. Because I demand presence, honesty, honesty with oneself, truth, even if it hurts, even if your truth has to hurt me, bring it. Because I'll bring my truth, even if it might hurt you. Bring it. Let's do this. Let's be real. And that's sexy at first. Can you maintain it? This is now what I've learned. A lot of people are like, wow. And then after a bit, they're like, beep, beep, beep. Like, get me out of there. because it's a lot that I demand. I demand it from myself and, of course, the person that I'm with. And, you know, what I say, what I'm demanding is just like a dedication to yourself, to your freedom and to your liberation. You know, look at your shadows, look at the repressed parts of you, look at the things that are unconsciously motivating us to act and behave. I will demand that is looked at, because that's what I do in my life. So if I'm with somebody, that's what I want. And not everyone wants to do that, and that's okay. But just be warned, men. Like, it ain't easy. All right? It's fun. Man, I got a lot of love. But I'm intense, okay? So just wanted to let people know out there, like what you're signing up for, like really, 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 is that what you want? Do you have the same dedication and commitment? Yeah. Well, people think they do, you know? Okay, anyway, where was I? So something flipped in me, because I realized what I offer and what I bring, like the depth of my feeling, the depth of my understanding of a connection, can't be perceived by everybody. This is what I've learned. And it's such a huge part of what I bring. And actually, I sort of need that to be acknowledged and honored in a connection. And if somebody doesn't have the same willingness or understanding of the depth within themselves, they're not going to be able to understand what I'm bringing. And I think that's what I realized this weekend is, I don't think that was really seen or understood in this connection. And it became suddenly unattractive to me. And I think maybe that's what I needed to learn. And really consider. And another thing that it's taught me, this connection, is like it's redefined my definition of romantic love, in that, like, because there's such an issue with commitment these days. Like, I don't know if anyone else is like in their 30s and single and like in the dating scene, but my God, I feel like men don't want to commit. They don't want to commit. They're afraid of it. Maybe it's just the ones I'm meeting, I don't know. But for me, love, like a romantic relationship where you're building a life together, commitment is absolutely necessary. And I know that seems really obvious, right? Like, duh. But I had to learn this on a deeper level. I had to learn this because I was continuously attracting men who loved me but didn't want to commit. And now I'm like, well, you don't, sorry, it's part of the package. I tell you why, because love, when you have sacred, special connections, of course you commit to it. You protect it. You honor it. You tend to it. You care for it. Those things need commitment. It's not when I feel like it. No. And so that's something I've learned. I feel sad suddenly. I don't know why I feel sad. I think I feel sad that it's so hard for everybody. And you know, if people can't commit, it comes from deep pain. And like, maybe we don't all ultimately want commitment, but I know I do. I've just got to speak for myself, right? Oh, I feel sad. So after my energy flipped, of course it all changed. My heart closed to him, but my heart didn't close to life. My heart didn't close to myself. I felt this beautiful connection and presence with my environment and with nature and with myself, but I just suddenly wasn't under this spell anymore. It was no longer like, I need you to see me. It was like, maybe you're just not going to. Maybe you just don't want to, you know. He did say at one point, he doesn't have the capacity to do the work that this relationship would require. And I thought, okay, you don't have the capacity, but at the end of the day, it's a choice. Like, you could choose to have the capacity or work out how. And then I realized, but he's choosing not to, actually. It's, yeah, he does have the choice and he's choosing not to. And this is what I mean, is I can't, it became glaringly obvious to me that I cannot make something work with somebody who's choosing not to, and choosing not to commit. And, you know, it's so flippant obvious when I say it out loud, and everyone's probably at home like, duh. But it was a lesson that I needed to learn on a deeper level. And it was also a really beautiful experience to be in love with somebody, because I haven't had that since I was 17. And like, we were both in love with each other. Like, that is fun. And it's taught me a lot about, you know, because I've always been dismissive avoidant most of my life. And there I met somebody who was more dismissive avoidant than me. And I needed to have the experience of being on the receiving end of that behavior to really understand what it's like and what not to do. And just to witness somebody in that confusion of like really wanting to connect and share love, but like not being able to overcome the fear that connection needs to withhold it. Like, I could see it in somebody else, and I thought, wow, that's interesting to witness, what it's like. And you know, and I also have a much better understanding now of what it's like to be anxious attached, and what, you know, what motivates that. And my goal is really to become a secure partner for myself and for my partner, a secure person for myself and for my partner. And I think it's been invaluable to have had this relationship to realize, like, the other end of the spectrum, what it feels like to be anxious, receive avoidant, like inconsistent attention. And it's all great information for me to be able to show up secure. Yeah, I learned my love. I learned what I'm like when I'm in love. I learned how much I will commit to that person, my loyalty, what I would do. So it's really beautiful to know myself deeper in that way, and know my worth. So there we go. That's my update for the weekend. I'll leave it there, I think. So if you like the video, please like it, and let me know your thoughts down below, whatever they are. I'm curious. And if you're completely new and for some reason you like this, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Okay, guys, have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful life. And remember, we got this.